Welcome back to The Explainer. So, today we're jumping into a totally monumental shift that's fundamentally rewiring the 2026 digital dating market. We're talking about a massive transformation here, one that perfectly collides behavioral psychology with these huge macroeconomic tech shifts and honestly changes the very nature of how we view human intimacy.
But first, let me ask you a quick question. When was the last time a dating app actually felt fun? Not like a chore, but genuinely fun? Well, if you're struggling to come up with an answer, you are absolutely not alone. There's a pretty staggering statistic from the 2026 Love and Lies report showing that 53.3% of singles have completely opted out of traditional dating platforms. Think about that for a second. More than half of the entire market has simply walked away.
So here's our roadmap to figure out exactly why that's happening. We'll start with the great dating opt-out, move into what's being called the vetting economy, break down AI citation versus brand revenue, explore the automation of intimacy, and finally look at the end of unvetted romance.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the great dating opt-out. We're looking at exactly why singles are actively choosing domestic comfort over digital connections.
The underlying data here is pretty black and white. Nearly 80% of Gen Z are reporting severe dating app fatigue, and half of all adults are just flat out dissatisfied with their dating lives. And the main culprit? It's cognitive drain. We're getting hit with this illusion of endless choice, which completely depletes our mental resources. Our brains are hardwired to compare options, sure, but when you're flipping through literally thousands of profiles, you hit a massive wall of decision fatigue. What used to be a fun game of swiping has basically turned into an exhausting chore with zero return on investment. Actually, 11% of users now view Tinder as a rigged casino, and almost 9% see Bumble as this high-pressure, exhausting job interview.
So what are all these opted-out singles replacing their apps with? Well, the Segment OS report captured the mood perfectly, with a quote from a respondent who claimed to be in a, quote, committed relationship with an air fryer and a weighted blanket. It's hilarious, right? But it hits the nail on the head. It highlights a very real behavioral pivot, where singles are actively choosing peace, quiet, and domestic comfort over the absolute chaos of the digital dating pool.
Which brings us to Section 2. Welcome to the vetting economy. This is all about how the people who are still dating are aggressively protecting their time and capital in what's become a high-risk market.
Enter this brand new standard of romantic austerity. They're calling it the coffee audit. Daters are now applying these incredibly strict budget tiers just to protect themselves. Over 38% of daters are utilizing this exact strategy now. The rules? It has to cost under $30 and it absolutely cannot last longer than 45 minutes. The whole goal is to treat a new match like a business cold lead.